Well, hi, people. Good afternoon. Do me a favor, please. Hit that like button. Be very much appreciated. Does not affect you in any way, but it absolutely helps me. Make sure you check out DNKKnives.com as well. They now accept Sezzle, and if you use this coupon code, you can find yourself receiving 10% off of your order. Also, whenever you check out the website, scroll down a little bit on the main page and check out where it says look at the entire collection of what they have. That's where you will find everything that they sell. To me, it's just far and away the best way to make sure that you see everything they sell. Also, if you would like to support the channel, there's a link to Patreon in the description. Or you can join the My People channel membership, which will be down here if you are subscribed. Very much appreciated either way. That helps keep the channel going, and it is detrimental, actually. And also, if you enjoy the channel, please consider subscribing. And also, there is a one-time super thanks kind of deal if you are interested in that. 100% of all money that comes in through those sources goes towards knives for content and then eventual giveaways. So I would like to thank all my patrons and members. You guys are awesome, and you know who you are. Also, DNK has his own YouTube channel. So right after you watch this video, shoot over there, give that man a follow and a like and a subscribe, because he is very important to the channel, and he's a great person in general, and he is very much a pillar of the knife community. Today, as I'm sure you have seen from the thumbnail, we're going to talk about something that is uncomfortable to talk about for most. For me, it is. I've kind of shied away from this topic on purpose because I don't like covering any kind of controversy. I don't like talking smack about anybody. I'm not that kind of dude. If I don't like you or like what you do, I will 100% leave you alone and say nothing to you and have nothing to do with you. And that goes for, that's very, just a general statement, very broad, but I just won't. I have no use for you or your brand or whatever. And in this case, we're going to talk about clones, clone knives. And in particular, this one. The Borca Stitch, or the clone of the Borca Stitch. And just to get this out of the way real quick, there's a big difference between a clone and a copy. A copy is, you got a knife, and it looks identical to somebody else's design, but it has a different, your brand on it in some way. It might not be 100% identical, but carries 90% of the aesthetics and the design elements and all that good stuff. But a clone is when someone or a company makes a knife that looks identical to a Borca Stitch, and then they put Borka's brand on there, which is just a really fucking shitty thing to do. That is 100% just top tier cunt activity. Really. As a craftsman myself, obviously not on the level of Borka, but if I was to make something, build something, and it has my name on it, and then some dumb cunt comes along and does the exact same thing, but not nearly to the quality level that I expect from my own making of whatever it is, and then puts my name on it, dude, I will burn your house down. First of all, you are trashing somebody's reputation by putting out extremely subpar material or product, and you're defacing someone's name. So, like Greg Medford throws a fit about stuff like this, and I don't blame him. I'm not saying he goes about it in the right way, but I don't blame him because it's his design. He has a quality standard that he wants to live up to and lives by, And when a Chinese company or any other, I don't care if it's on Mars, makes a knife, puts your name on it, that's stealing. It's just what it is. So Borka makes multi-$1,000 handmade custom knives. I don't think there's any CNC involved. He hand grinds all the blades. All the titanium is done by hand. And that's why his knives command multi-thousands of dollars. I've seen them from $2,500, $3,000 all the way up to $10,000 or more. Now, I'm not going to say that pricing is... I'm not going to say anything about that pricing. Let's just keep it there. He's the one that puts the time into it. He knows what he did with it. He knows how long it took to make. He knows the skills that it takes to make a perfect pocket knife. So what he prices it at is his business. If you don't like it, don't buy it. But you got these Chinese companies, and in this case, it is a Chinese company, pumping out a knife that is visually identical to a Borca Stitch. It is titanium. It is relatively well made. It's centered. It's on bearings, which to me I think would have been the giveaway for me. Because if I'm not mistaken, stitches are, and Borka's knives in general, are on washers. I don't know that for 100% true fact, but the one, I've handled 2 Borkas in my life. One Stitch, one of the other models I forget the name of. Both were on washers. And both were head and shoulders, night and day difference compared to this piece of shit here. The grind is crap. You can tell it is machine ground. Easily tell. And unfortunately, a buddy of mine had this knife. He told me about it. He never carries it, uses it. He got smoked online. He bought it from somebody online for $1,500. First of all, that should have been your giveaway. He thought it was Damascus because he did not know. It's that lightning Anno. It is titanium or oil slick, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, he got smoked, and instead of throwing it away or trying to sell it to somebody else, or he just chucked it in a drawer, and he just uses it to do random dumb shit tasks that he doesn't want to use a good knife on. Now this one says S35VN. I believe it probably is S35VN. Who knows how good the heat treat is. There is some quality here. I hate to say that, but it's stealing no matter what. There is no way in hell, no matter what, no matter how bad I want a Borca Stitch, which, let's face it, everybody who collects pocket knives would absolutely love to own a Borca Stitch, at least to try it out and check it out. Because they're just freaking awesome. But there's no way in hell I would ever buy one, no matter how good the price is, no matter how good the clone is, because it's just wrong. It's wrong. Just buying it is wrong. Now, I know other people who are good people that will buy, that in the past have bought clones to try them out, just like the design and the feel in hand and stuff like that, before they spent $1,000 on the actual custom. So I do get that. I get it. It's not something I would want to do myself, but I get it. You know, you spend $20-$30 on a clone. I think this one was like $250 on Alibaba or one of them other less than reputable websites. But see, hear that puppy in the background? He's crying because he knows there's a clone here in the shop. Poor guy. I love custom knives. They are head and shoulders by far my favorite. knives. Just the fact that a full-on custom knife, handmade custom knife, none of them are all the same. There's differences, however subtle. Sometimes it's subtle differences, sometimes it's huge differences. I only own one custom knife at the moment. It's this Gillette here. Fantastic knife. I've been carrying the crap out of it. PSF 27 steel. This knife obviously is not handmade. It has G10 that you can tell has been CNC'd, but the liners are all titanium. The knife's not perfect, so there's a lot of hand elements here. Also, this knife was only $350 when it was new. They're worth a little more than that now because they don't exist anymore. They're not being made, and there's so very few of them was made. And man, it is a stellar work knife, and I mean just freaking near perfect. Wish it was a little bit bigger. 4-inch blade would have been just magnificent. But I love custom knives. Wish I could afford them. There's very few that I can't afford. But that's just life. That's just what it is. So I'll just do without myself before I purchase, carry, and cherish a clone. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you feel about how you feel about clones and copies, for that matter. A copy is a little different. I can almost choke that down a little bit easier than I can a clone, but I can't do it. It just feels so wrong to me. It's all titanium. It says 35VN. It does have a lock bar insert there, which is also probably a giveaway. But you could tell the grind is all machine done. You could tell the titanium was done on a machine. The action is, even though it's on bearings, is pretty abysmal, but that just might be because it's filthy. The lockup's solid. It's rock solid. So I could see they do it so they can trick people. And that's bull. That's bull crap, man. That's world-class, top-tier, world champion cunt stuff right there, man. All right, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Also, make sure I got in the description, I have a link to American Blade Works. I think these all sold out, but he's going to start loading up some more soon. This is a fantastic freaking knife, man. This is going to be on my 2023 Knife of the Year running, at least in the top 5 so far anyway. $200, 100% made in America, Magna Cut. He just keeps making them better and better. Go out there and show him some love. He's selling the crap out of them, and that is for a good reason. So periodically check the website if you're looking for one of those. Make sure you guys are good to each other, love each other, and remember, guys, life is short, so don't buy a fucking clone. Asshole. Later.